And that is how we save Ernest from becoming KFC. Oh, hello there. You have actually just caught me completing the very difficult quest, Ernest the Chicken, of which we are rewarded with absolute garbage. However, the quest was the final requirement that we needed in order for us to do the Back to the Freezer quest, which is actually a quest that I'm actually quite looking forward to do, because its rewards are actually quite significant, and its rewards are actually going to be quite nicely timed thanks to this new item in our inventory. And I'll explain exactly why this Guardian's Gift is quite handy just after we complete the quest. So without further stalling, let's head to our dying zoo and speak to Chuck and start the final penguin quest, Back to the Freezer. So I have to start off by speaking to two agents who are currently disguised hiding out here in Relica, and I'm guessing that I've actually found the agents. And Chuck gave me a passphrase which I've now to remember and use in order to strike up a conversation with these Muppets, which I think the first part is White Wolf Mountain. Oh, and now this is where my memory fails me. Maybe rainy? And it was definitely rainbow trout. The weather on White Wolf Mountain is rainy and the rainbow trout are to die for. I don't like the sound of that holiday very much. Okay, well, that's a good start. I've already forgotten the passphrase. It's misty, not rainy. One word that I missed. Well, we got the passphrase right, and now all of a sudden everything seems to be rumbling, which of course means only one thing. We're getting a cutscene, of which we have a blue box just about to come out of the iceberg. That's absolutely splendid. And it would be really nice if it would land on that gnome. Oh, that's a shame. But at least we now have a nice blue box in the nice hot desert. Well, let's head straight into the desert to investigate. Hello chaps, what are we up to? We have a pickup option on Emperor Wing. He looks too heavy to pick up. Oh, that poor, fat, tasty penguin. Well, let's investigate the box, which initials are TARDIS, that stands for Terraforming Arctic Refrigeration Dispensing Ice Spreader. I'm really going to hate this quest. Well, I have to now go speak to this gnome that they could have killed. Dundee. I don't actually think this is a gnome. It's absolutely massive compared to me. What the hell is going on here? Anyway, apparently he didn't see what happened. His crocodile did. So he's given me a croc-speak amulet in order to speak to the crocodile, who doesn't like the cold and wants me to turn back time in order to make sure it doesn't happen. Good, right. This is going to get complicated fast. But we'll return back to Chuck to let him know what's happened. And he sent me straight back into the desert to go speak to a penguin who's actually acting as a double agent, which I have my clockwork penguin disguise with me, so as I get closer here, yes, I should shrink down into my penguin suit. And it looks as if Gordon here is our penguin agent. So Gordon, what do we do next? Well, I have to head back out to the penguin iceberg now to locate a secret bunker, which is going to contain an item called a deloading device, which is going to allow me to travel back in time. So, without being killed by rock crabs here, let's travel via boat. And I've been given this rather special GPS tool in order to help locate the bunker, which apparently is 6 paces east and 6 paces south of me, which I believe I'm now stood on, so we'll locate it one more time. No, not quite then, so I need to stand here and do it again. That's better. Or on second thoughts, maybe not. The device seems to have been confused and we found a barren shark buried in the snow. So now I need to head 38 paces west and 23 paces north, which I believe is here. And this also doesn't seem to be the right place. Right, great. I'm guessing this is going to be a fun exercise continuing to locate this. Well, we didn't find a bunker, but we did find an antique lamp from this one, so that's nice. But eventually, we do end up finding the mysterious hatch, which will lead us to the secret bunker. So we'll get Jim the polar bear here to transform us back into a penguin, and then we will enter the mysterious bunker, after we enter the very difficult entrance code. So now to find this deloading device, which will allow us to travel back in time and stop that TARDIS from ever leaving the bunker. And the device itself is actually inside his locker here, so once we find his locker we'll be able to get it, which here his locker is. And we get the prototype deloading device. So to complete the prototype, we're going to require something to cap it all off, something to bind the pieces together, something to keep the device cool, something horrific, and the knowledge to bring it all together, which I have no idea what any of those parts are, so we'll just rummage in everyone's locker, which sadly didn't result in anything. So I'm going to need to search the rest of this bunker to find the remaining parts. So after some quick searching, I think we now have all of the parts in order to fix this prototype device. So let's use them on each other and we create a flax capacitor. Oh, let's just use it on the deloading device. So let's operate it and see what happens. We end up getting teleported to this deserted island surrounded by sharks. Well, let's pick up some of these coconuts then. We may as well not make this a wasted trip. And we'll also grab this monkey wrench, which we'll then use on the deloading device, which apparently tightens its nuts. Well, before we bust a nut, we'll operate the deloading device again, which transports us to this forest with some cages in it, with Ping and Pong inside them actually. Listen chaps, I'm more than certain that this is the best place for you guys to be, so you just hang out here and I'll go over and pick up your bongos. Well, we'll use the musical instruments on the deloading device, which apparently Finn tunes it, but we'll operate it once again and see where we end up this time. Oh great, a cabbage patch. Well, we picked up a cabbage, so let's put that on the deloading device, which has primed it. So we'll use it again, and we are now down in the mining guild with a lot of mining bots. Well, this chap here is the only one with a dragon pickaxe, also not mining natural rocks, so let's speak to him. And he hands me over some worthless old boots, so I'll just quickly use that on the deloading device, which of course reboots it. Right, let's just get out of here. Well, I think the deloading device has actually worked this time, because we do seem to be in the past, seeing as the TARDIS is now actually here. So we'll go locate Gordon and find out the next step of the plan, who is right here in his own laboratory, and he wants us to sabotage the TARDIS, so I now need to go speak to Elon to find out how to do that. And Elon has of course then given me a rather large shopping list of items to get. So we have quite a bit of work to do ahead of us, and we'll start by gathering the lemon soul runes, which requires us gathering some of this pure snow, then searching this crate beside to find a lemon, and then using this lemon on the mysterious ice block. So now if we use our pure snow on the mysterious ice block, we get our lemon soul runes. Next we need to get 121 kilowatt energies, which buzz the kilowatt here, hence there's 21 of them, and to get the remainder 100 energies I need to go kill some kilowatts, which means first I need to come to the Slayer Master for some insulated boots, and then entering this interdimensional rift to kill the kilowatts. This is the only reason why we had to do the Ernest the Chicken quest, by the way, but at least these guys really aren't too difficult to kill, so it really doesn't take too long to get all of the energies. So I'm just going to very quickly bank some of my items, then murder some of these rabbits, and then we'll head straight back to the secret bunker. So next we require a fishvention rod, which requires us getting a cog from this crate, and then attaching it to this fishing rod to make the fishvention rod. I have to make a coolant next, which requires me using this coolant holder that I got from storage on this ice maker machine here, so we get one cool ant. And finally I need an ice box, which requires an ice cooler, which in hindsight I should have bought from the Slayer Master as well whilst I was out here, but what can I say, I'm an idiot and I don't really follow instructions very well, so we'll use this ice cooler with the ice maker as well, and we will make our ice box. Right Elon, that's now everything. What's the next step of the plan? Well, the next step of the plan is another menial chore for me. I now need to bring some flickering, bright, sparkling and gleaming energies. Well, at least I've got enough of all of the energies, apart from sparkling of course. This is all your guys' fault. There you go, there's a twofer for today. Okay Elon, I'm going to make this nice and simple for you. I have your energies, but do not make me get you any more items, otherwise I will ram a spear into you and I will cook you over an open fire. I hope we understand each other. Well, the good news is that I don't need to collect any more items. The bad news is that I have a puzzle to solve. Oh, I've got no idea what I'm doing. Well, this basically just seems to be a trial and error thing, so I've placed in my energies. How close are we? 3 white dots? I think that means that I failed completely. I see what I have to do. I have to make the white squares here into grey squares by actually placing these energies in the right order. So if I check the second row, one of these energies is now in the correct place. Okay, I think I may have sussed this out, so I'm going to require 3 of these red energies and just 1 yellow energy. I don't require any of the green or any of the blue. So I've now basically just got to find out the order of which we put these red and yellow ones into, which that one had half of them correct. So I'm thinking that this might be the right answer, which it was. Okay, so we've now powered up the TARDIS, so Elon, what do we do now? Well, I've just to now go around and speak to all of the penguins, which after we do so, the sabotage starts, so we now have some cool ants running around the place, so we should board the TARDIS to escape, which of course then takes us back to that fantastic opening cutscene, with one more chance to land on the gnome. Oh, still no. But with some time travelling shenanigans, we have managed to foil the penguins' plans, so let's head back to Chuck for a well-deserved quest complete. That is back to the freezer, now done. We actually got quite a lot of experience from the quest there. 25k divination, as well as 25k runecrafting, 15k slayer experience, and 15k agility experience. We would have received 10,000 invention experience if we had unlocked invention, so that will be a nice experience reward when we finally do. But we now have an additional penguin that we can spy during our hide and seek event, and this last reward is actually the big one. The circus experience that we get now scales towards our level. But with all of the experience that we did get there, we managed to get our runecrafting up to level 62, as well as our slayer level up to level 56, with now just over 3,500 experience until level 58 agility, and less than 400 experience until level 64 divination. But we still have this antique lamp in our inventory, which is only going to reward us with 500 experience, so I'll just put that straight into agility. But let's now head to the circus and see what this reward has done for us. But just before we do, I'm now going to take out this Guardian's Gift, and this item here is pretty much going to work hand in hand with our circus experience rewards, as well as our penguin point rewards, because I've already done the circus this week for its experience rewards. But if I view the wishes on the Guardian's Gift, I can then choose the Wanderer's Wish, which is going to allow me to reset any daily, weekly or monthly D&D of choice, which the circus and our penguin hide and seek event count as D&Ds. The circus is a weekly event, so it's only going to cost me 5% of my 100% charges, so I'm going to select this wish, and this is basically just a D&D reset token but for Iron Men. So we'll choose the circus. So that is our circus D&D now being reset, so I should be able to do it all again, this time with our improved experience rates. And I can already see a massive improvement from the experience that I'm getting, to the point that I've already just gone up a magic level, and just from the magic performance alone, I got 27,000 magic experience, which is a significant increase because usually the max that I got was about 14,000 experience. And our agility experience is pretty boosted as well, because there is another level of agility, so we are now level 58, as well as level 53 ranged, and a good chunk of thieving XP as well. I still have another 95% charges on my Guardian's Gift, so if I really wanted to, I could actually do the circus quite a lot more and get even more experience in those skills. But I reckon that I would be better using my charges to reset the penguin hide and seek event so that I can get some more experience from spying penguins, like this new back to the freezer penguin, because I can use the penguin points to buy these huge experience lamps, which I'm just going to buy free for now, and put all of them right into the agility skill so that we get 37,000 experience in agility, meaning that we reach level 59 agility, with now only having less than 7k XP required until level 60 agility. And I would definitely rather just do some very quick penguin hunting to get experience, rather than training those awful skills the way they're meant to be. Which is why I'm really glad that I've just done all of the penguin quests, just so that I can get some more points, especially with the nice timing of us getting this Guardian's Gift, so that I can reset the D&D multiple times to spy some more penguins. So that all definitely sounds like a plan to me. Anything that I can do to make my life easier, and let's face it, make it a lot lazier as well, I'm definitely all for it. But it's a shame that I don't actually have the Ring of Visibility so that I can spy the ghost penguin, because that is actually quite a lot of points. But to get the Ring of Visibility, I would need to do the Desert Treasure quest first, which would require me doing the Temple of Ikov, as well as the Troll Stronghold quests. I have already gotten all of the other requirements, so that could definitely be an interesting goal to go for, but definitely something that I'll look into another day. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys in the next one.